Aha! Hey YouTube, it's me, Finn. How y'all doing today? So, I thought to kind of kick this channel off, a great way to start would be at the very base. So I'm going to do a real quick foundation routine. This is kind of my everyday go-to base. Basically what I like to start with before I do the rest of my makeup. So, let's see what I can grab here. Okay, so typically I'll start with a primer. Let me find my other one here. There she is. Okay. So for like a year and a half or so, I've been using this one, which is the Bare Minerals, what is this, Prime Time? The original. Love this stuff. It's like pretty silky. It seems to extend my makeup by quite a few hours, and then it also helps the application of my foundation. So I've been using that, loving it. But actually pretty recently, I started using Magical Moringa, which is it's a moisturizer by Lush Cosmetics, and it's also doubles as a primer because it's got cornstarch in it. So I was using this and kind of expected that it would give me the same effect at first, which was to help my foundation glide on. But actually, it also seems to improve the life of my foundation, just like that Bare Minerals one. So I put it to the test for a while and was comparing the two, and now that I have Magic Moringa, I actually just see the other one as kind of superfluous. So I've been using this one, and I think on days like when I do drag or something that I need a little bit extra priming, I'll use that Bare Minerals. But honestly, this one's been my go-to, this moisturizer primer combo. So next, I'll usually, let's check my face here. Oh, a little splotchy. I used a lot of red makeup today, so I have a little bit of staining going on, but I tend to be pink. Next, I use foundation. I've been loving the Naked Skin by Urban Decay lately because it's got kind of like a demi-matte finish, and it has a really nice texture to it. And I just love the finish. It's like one of the few, it's almost dewy, but it's the dewiest I can go with my skin type because I tend to get really oily. So I've been using this a lot, but I also today was using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, or pardon me, the Fit Me foundation in 112 Natural Ivory, and I really liked how that held up on my skin, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that on. I'm really liking this, actually. This one's a bit more matte. It's not quite the same finish as that Urban Decay, but it's about a quarter the price, so I figured I'd grab this to kind of throw it together. Ooh, okay. Well, if you're getting ahead of yourself like I am, just slapping on a bunch, that's fine. It'll blend out. I basically just throw it on my brush, throw it on the back of my hand, pick up some product, and start blending it into the skin in small circles. Sweep it under the eye, up around the nose. I'm going to need a little bit extra around my eyes because, like I said, I got that staining going on from the red pigments. Oh! Stab yourself in the eye. That's standard. I did say this was realistic. Alright. You're rushing. I'm in my head trying to figure out what outfit I'm going to wear. You know, the 7 other things I'm trying to do when I'm getting ready in the morning. 45-minute look in 15 minutes. Ah, it's a wonder I managed to get any makeup on myself at all these days. How rushed I am. Alright, so I'm going to throw a little bit more of this. I do notice I tend to use, I've been using a bit more of this on my face than the Naked Skin. The Naked Skin kind of spreads a little bit easier. Other than that, it's got a nice color. I've been happy with how it feels. And the long wear of this is pretty close to that Naked Skin. Oh, stab in my eye again. She's feeling stabby. This brush. Alrighty. Boop, boop, boop. Being real sloppy with my beard, but that's okay because I can go back in and touch that up. I got a cool new red eyeshadow from ColourPop that matches my beard pretty well now, so I'm gonna have to start filling it in again. Alright, so yeah, I'll kind of toss that around my face, throw some up on my ears. My nose tends to take a little bit more blending, a little bit more work, because she's dry. Set that up there. Boop, boop, boop. Little on my neck. Okay. Doop, boop, boop. Then I'll usually check it, see how it's feeling. And then I will powder my forehead because that's what tends to set the fastest and crease. So I'll actually take, today I'm using a little bit of the L'Oreal True Match in C2, which is actually pretty good dupe. Pretty good color match, I should say, for my skin. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, so I tend to just set this so that it doesn't get a chance to crease on me. A little bit down here. Okay, and then since my nose is giving me problems, I am going to conceal. I don't always conceal, but today, and actually especially, I've been using this Maybelline Dark Circles Age Rewind, of course, like everyone else. I love it. Pretty easy to work with. Throw some of that up there under the eyes. Blend it and such. Oh my goodness, I am just dropping everything. Honestly, this is pretty true to life. I drop everything in the morning. I'm all discoordinated and trying to get out of bed seems like such a task sometimes when you're as flopsy as I am. Fun fact, my friends call me a noodle because I tend to just like flop around and get really, basically like a little warm noodle draped over a pot, just kind of flopping on stuff, so small wonder I can successfully put on any makeup. Alright, we're going to vigorously blend one side more than the other because I'm getting distracted and getting a little aggressive, so this will be the aggro eye for today. She'll be fine. I'll just slap some bruisey color eyeshadows on there. No one will question it. Cover this up. Boop, boop, boop. Alright. And then I powder the rest of my face. Super simple. Down the nose. Around it for sure. Up under the eye. I like this Real Techniques blush brush, I believe this is, for powder. Because it's so big and it blends really beautifully. Okay, and then I would tend to next throw on some primer for my eyes, either like Benefit's Lemonade to brighten or Paint Pot from MAC in Painterly. I'm actually going to throw a little bit of this one on just to kind of brighten. I kind of do this no matter what I plan on doing for my eyes because I tend to have like some pigmentation around there that I want to cover up anyway. So even if I'm not going to do eyeshadow, I'll throw this on and set it. So it's a pretty good match for my skin tone. Boom, boom. I even use this as concealer sometimes, just as a little. I finally hit pan. Oh my gosh, I've been using this all the time. I wondered when I was going to hit pan. All right, and then that's fine. I'm actually going to use this new Morphe brush that I got in the mail today that I'm really excited about. This is the M438. You don't need to name your shit. Alright, throw a little up on here. Throw a little up on here. Boop, 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 boop. Maybe set the tip of my nose just a little bit more. And right under the eyes. Sweep that, sweep that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's primer, foundation, concealer, powder. And as we get more into the summer months, I'll probably start. I powder, but I use like more like translucent powders. I use less actual foundation powder. And this was actually a foundation powder, so it gives me that a little bit more coverage while also setting my foundation. So yeah, that is my pretty everyday routine. Like you saw, I can usually whip that out really quickly, 5-10 minutes if I'm, working with new products dependent. And then after that, I'll typically go into like my cheek products and then my eyeshadows and then lips for last usually. Save a little bit more time in case I'm snacking or something. But other than that, stay tuned on my channel. I'll be sure to sometime get around to the rest of my face too. So stay classy, grubs.